Once upon a time, in a quaint little village, there lived a peculiar creature named Mr. Whiskers. Mr. Whiskers wasn't like any ordinary cat. He was a cat man with the body of a human and the face and agility of a cat. However, despite his uniqueness, Mr. Whiskers was poor. He lived in a tiny rundown house made of old wood and scraps, barely able to find enough food to fill his belly. Many of the villagers often mocked him because of his strange appearance and his ragged clothes. But Mr. Whiskers had a heart full of dreams and a spirit that could not be broken. One sunny morning, Mr. Whiskers woke up and decided that it was time to change his fate. He gathered his few belongings and set off on an adventure to find his fortune. He had heard rumors of a magical forest on the edge of the village where dreams could come true. Determined and hopeful, Mr. Whiskers entered the forest. The forest was dense and mysterious. Tall trees loomed overhead, and the air was filled with the scent of wildflowers and the songs of hidden birds. As Mr. Whiskers journeyed deeper, he stumbled upon a glowing golden leaf. It sparkled brighter than any star in the night sky. Intrigued, he picked it up and suddenly found himself face to face with a wise old owl. The owl, with its piercing eyes and knowing smile, told Mr. Whiskers that the golden leaf was a sacred gift and had the power to grant one wish. Without hesitation, Mr. Whiskers wished for a way to help the people in his village while also finding his own happiness. The owl nodded and flapped its majestic wings. In an instant, Mr. Whiskers found himself back in his village, but everything was different. His tiny, rundown house had transformed into a magnificent, cozy cottage. The mocking jeers of the villagers had turned into cheers and applause. Mr. Whiskers soon discovered that the golden leaf had done more than just change his home. It had given him the ability to heal and create. With a mere touch, he could mend broken objects, cure illnesses, and grow bountiful gardens. He used his newfound abilities to help everyone in the village. He repaired houses, healed the sick, and ensured that no one went hungry. In return, the villagers showered him with love, respect, and gratitude. They no longer saw him as the strange cat man, but as a heroic figure who had changed their lives for the better. Mr. Whiskers had found his true fortune, not in gold or riches, but in the happiness and well-being of his friends and neighbors. And so, the once poor and mocked Mr. Whiskers became the beloved hero of the village, proving that with a kind heart and a bit of magic, anyone can change their destiny. From that day on, Mr. Whiskers lived happily, surrounded by friends and a community that cherished him.